Hi, my name is Zuri. I'm going to take you through a beginner's Pilates practice here today. So I call this the Pilates Method. Basically, we're going to take the classical Pilates mat repertoire and break it down for anybody who is new to Pilates or anybody who's getting into Pilates after an injury or a long illness. This is a very gentle practice here today, and I'm really going to talk to you about the basics and break down each of the segments so it's easy to understand and it's easy to follow. So come and get started with me. Come to the top of your mat, and I'm going to bring your feet as close together as you feel comfortable with, and have your heels turned in and your feet slightly turned out. From this position, very slowly, and use the support of both your arms and your legs. So brace the legs, brace the arms as you roll yourself down towards the mat. Once you get here, the set position that we want to be in is again the feet together and the knees bent. So we call this a neutral spine position. The head is supported, the arms long beside my body. All I want you to do begin with, and you can place your hands onto your pelvic bones here at the front. So your hands on the hip, pelvic bones down, fingertips towards the pubic bone. Because all we're going to do is do a very gentle pelvic tilt. Curl your tailbone and then shift and move that gently the other way. So known as a gentle pelvic tilt, curling your tailbone off the mat and then lowering and shifting it the other way. So just rocking pelvis towards the body, pubic bone lifting towards the belly, towards the center of your body, and then tilting that down towards the mat. And what you should feel is that as you're moving your pelvis forwards and back in this position, how that changes the feel of your lower back. So when I tilt my pelvis towards me, that flattens or lightly presses my spine into the mat. Now when I tilt my pelvis the other way, you should feel or notice how your lower back just gently peels or lifts away from the mat. Just do a couple more. Pelvic tilt forwards, pelvic tilt away. So here the back is flat, it's lengthening out on the mat, and here the back is gently arching and lifting off the mat. Now if you find neutral spine, let your pelvis settle, what you should notice is the lower back, the spine, is no longer arched, but it's also no longer pressing or flattening out into the mat. So there should be enough room to kind of slip an envelope underneath your lower back. So that is your neutral spine position. Take both your arms and raise them up on a breath in. Inhale. And start to breathe out. Breath in. And start to breathe out. So raising the arms up on a breath in, known as rib cage breathing. And then breathing out. There's a real swashing sound. So piercing the lips together and flushing or releasing that old stale air out of your body. Just do one more. Inhale, the rib cage, it gently expands or widens on the mat. And then exhale, lower those arms all the way down. Keep your arms beside you. The arms are extended and long. Gentle breath in. Nod the chin down towards the chest and then curl the head and the shoulders off the mat. As you deepen the curl over the breastbone here, inhale, lower. So you always move the head first in a little nodding action, and then you deepen the curl over the breastbone as you slide the hands along the floor. Inhale. Start the breath out. Inhale, lower. Exhale. And as you're curling the head, neck and shoulders off the mat, notice where you're looking. Ideally, look towards the center of the body here, or maybe look towards the top of your thighs. Now once your head is lowered, leave your head in this position. Lift your legs one at a time. So I lift the right leg up to tabletop position, followed by the left leg. Right leg down, left leg down. Repeat, left to right this time. Left leg lifts up, followed by the right. Left leg down, right leg down. So marching pattern, right, left, lower. Repeat, left, right, lower. Now as I'm moving, I'm trying to maintain neutral spine. So as I lift and lower the legs, can you keep your spine still? I don't want the back to arch, but I also don't want the spine to flatten out or press into the mat. I want you to try to maintain the same alignment of your spine as it was when your feet were on the floor, as you lift your feet off the floor and as you lower your feet back to the floor. Just do one more here. Lift, 2, 3, 4. Come back to neutral spine. So now I'm going to get into a movement known as the 100. Take a breath in and curl the head, neck and shoulders off the mat as I lift to the tips of the shoulder blades. The arms can hover, keeping the feet on the floor. Start to pump the arms quite vigorously. Breathing in and out. Breathing in for 5 and out for 5. Inhale, all the time stretching and lengthening the arms beside your body. Inhaling and exhaling. If you feel like your neck is getting a little tense or tight, you can place your head back towards the mat. If you wanted to, lift the legs up into tabletop position. Keep pumping the arms. The focus is on the arms. Inhale and exhale. And final 10. Breathing in and a long breath out. Lower the arms and lower the feet back down. So just straighten your right leg out on what I call a high 45. So the leg is in a long straight line with your left foot still on the mat. Can you lift this right leg up and subtly rotate it in the side without moving your left leg? Let the right leg brush past your left knee. Come back to where you started. Lift the leg up, rotate in and down. So I'm going to keep that flowing, just doing 2 more. It's known as an internal rotation. Come back to high 45, last one. Now can you hold the leg there? But this time lift the leg up and rotate subtly outside. So it goes around, down and holds. You come up, stretch, lengthen that leg away from your body. Lift the leg up. We'll just do 2 more. 1 more. Long flowing breath out as you move that leg away. Now bend that knee and place that foot back to the floor. Let's try that on the left side. Straighten your left leg out and hold it on this high 45. Lift it straight up and rotate it inside. And as I'm rotating that left leg, try to keep your right leg still. Come up, rotate in and down. So you're always coming back to where you started. Bring the leg towards you. Internal rotation as you move it away. Last one, lift it up and breathe out as you lower it down. Hold, pause, stay still. Lift the leg up, but this time go outside. So it's an external rotation. There's 1. Breath in. 2. Still trying to keep that right leg completely still. Everything on the right side of my body stable. Last one here. Lift it up. Externally rotate it. And then lower that foot to the floor. So take a breath in here. Curl the head, neck and shoulders off the mat as you lift to about the tips of your shoulder blades. Pressing down through your rib cage. Pressing down through your belly button. And pressing down an inch below. Inhale, lower. Breathing out. One more like that. Breath in as you lower. And as you breathe out, remember to press down rib cage, press down through the belly button, press down an inch below. So this area is contracting, holding, maintaining. Now bring the legs in and just see if you can gently tuck your body into a tight little ball shape. So this is gently curling your tailbone. So your lower back may feel like it's completely flattened onto the mat. Lower your head and then lower your feet. So let's get into what's known as the ab series. I'm going to take you through 5 different exercises, and each one will build on the one before. So the first one is known as single leg stretch. You get to decide whether you want to do this with your head remaining on the mat or whether you want to come up into the Pilates curl. Bring the right leg in and hold it there. Your left leg is still on the floor. And I just want you to stretch your right leg out 5 times. Push it away. Exhale, return. There's 1. 2. 3. Last one. Lower the head and lower that right foot. So let's try that on the other side. Again, leave the head on the mat if that works better for you and your body. Or curl the head, neck and shoulders off the mat. Straightening and stretching the left leg away from you. Bring it in. 5 times. 1. 2. 3. 4. Last one. And then bend that knee, lower the head and lower the foot. So that's known as single leg stretch. Now we'll do double leg stretch. So that means we're going to use both the legs. Bring your legs up to tabletop position. Curl the head, neck and shoulders off the mat. Leave your hands where they are. Stretch both legs away. Exhale and return. So keeping that classic tabletop position, breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, reach, lengthen, exhale, return back to tabletop position. 2 more. Reach the legs out long, exhale, bring them back to the position you started in. Last one. Breath in, go out long, point the toes, exhale, return. Lower your head and lower the feet. So like the first one that you did, I'm going to move just one leg. So this is my variation on scissors. Take a breath in. Curl the head, neck and shoulders off the mat. Take that right leg, but stretch it up in the air so it's completely straight. Reach your right hand toward your right shin. You will move your right leg away in a long straight line as you move the right arm away, and exhale, return both towards the middle of your body. Breathing in and breathing out. So I'm keeping the leg long and straight as I move it away and long and straight as I return. Last 2. Last one. Exhale, return. Bend the knee. Lower the head and the arm back to center. So now let's try that on the other side. Lift the head, neck and shoulders off the mat. Try and look towards the top of your thighs or towards your belly. Straightening the left leg up in the air. Reaching the left hand so the fingertips reach towards the shin. Move the arm and the leg away from the middle of your body. Exhale, return to come back to touch. So I'm looking at the same points as I'm moving my arm and my leg away. So breath in, so the eye gaze stays fixed into one area. Exhale, return. 2 more, breathing in and out. Last one here. Long breath out. Lower the head and then lower the foot. Whew. So this next one is known as double straight leg stretch. So as the name suggests, I'm going to use both my legs and straighten them away from my body. Curl the head, neck and shoulders off the mat, but this time place the hands on the back of the skull so the hands reach right behind you. Bring your legs up to tabletop position. Stretch both the legs away, pointing the toes, and then bend the knees and return that back to center. So double straight leg stretch. Reach the legs away, exhale, return. You're just going to do 2 more like that. Reach the legs away, exhale, return. Last one. reach the legs away on a high 45 and return to center. Now what if you were to take your legs up in the air, keep both of them straight, move them down straight, and then bend the knees and come back to tabletop position. So both legs up in the air, keep looking to this space here, reach those legs out long, bend the knees and return. Last one, legs go up, toes are pointed, stretch the legs away, squeeze your inner thighs, return, lower your head and lower your feet. The very last one I want to do with you here is working on rotation. I'm going to bring you back to the first leg alignment that you did, that we practiced here right at the beginning of the ab series. And we're going to add a rotation. So it's going to look like this. Curl the head, neck and shoulders off the mat. Place your hands on the back of your head, right onto the back of your skull. Make sure your hands are away from your neck. That's quite important. Straighten or stretch your right leg on a high 45, keeping your left foot on the floor. Now as you drag or pull that right knee towards you, rotate and come up and over to one side and then come back through the center into the middle. There's one. Over. Center hold. Two. Come up and over. Opposite shoulder towards opposite knee. Come back through the middle. Two more. Curl up and over and center and hold. Last one. Up and over. Opposite shoulder to opposite knee. Hold. Bend the knee, lower the foot on the floor, lower the head, and we'll do the other side. Exhale, curl head, neck and shoulders off the mat. Hands on the back of your skull. And straighten this time your left leg out, so you have one straight leg. As you pull that left leg in, rotate up and over. So you're bringing your opposite shoulder towards your opposite knee. And then come through the center. Breath out. Come always back to the center where you started. Two more. Pull that leg in and center and hold. Last one. Exhale as you go up and over and across. Through the center line, hold. Lower that foot and lower your head. So the ab series is done. Just bring your knees to your chest and just tuck your body. You can leave your head on the mat. Hands halfway down the shin, or place your hands on the back of your thigh. If it's comfortable to do, again, nod the chin down towards the chest and just gently tuck your body. Now, can you lift your tailbone? Your option is to either roll up or roll over onto your side. Scoop your hips back. This movement known as spine stretch forward. So the legs are slightly apart, but they're still inside the mat. We stretch the legs out long. You can have a slight bend in your knees. So you could walk your feet a little closer towards you so your knees are elevated. This is quite important. If you feel any tightness in your lower back or you find tightness through your hips and your pelvis, bend the knees will help you. So either knees bent or legs straight. Reach the arms out in front. Take a gentle breath in. And just nod your head down first, which lengthens the back of the neck. And then start to stretch that spine forwards, which widens and expands through the back of the rib cage. Inhale to come up. And just gently nod, chin goes down. That lengthens the back of the neck and stretch the spine in a forwards direction. Inhale. So the arms stay still and fixed. The head moves as though you're taking your head down between that natural frame of your arms. One more. Inhale. And long breath out. As you come up through center, lower your hands beside your hips and gently scoop your hips towards your heels. So let's come into a little bit of balance work. Your feet are on the floor and you have your sit bones on the mat. I want you to gently tuck your pelvis under and lift your feet so your feet come away from the floor. Place your hands on the front of your shins and tuck your body into a tight little ball shape and see if you can maintain balance and stillness sitting just behind the sit bones. Now my knees are wider just slightly than my shoulders. And as I press my hands into my shins, I'm also going to press the shins into my hands. Just hold, maintain. Engaging and tightening the center of the body. So I'm scooping the belly button back towards the spine, shoulders down away from the ears. And then start to move the legs a little higher. So bring your legs into a classic tabletop position. So again, the shins are up towards the ceiling. Place your hands on the back of your thighs. And now just create space so you feel like you're opening up through your collarbones, opening up your chest, the elbows out wide, and actively just engage or brace the center of body and see how still you can maintain this balanced pose. Lower the feet and rock back onto your sit bones. Scoop your hips back. Take your feet slightly wider than the mat, so they really don't need to be too wide here. Maybe my heels just off the edges of the mat. Reach the arms out wide. Again, you have the option of bending your knees. So bent knees, slightly easier on the lower back, slightly easier on the pelvis. If you're comfortable with legs straight, that's fine. Reach the arms out nice and wide and open to one side. Now pause there. As you reach forward, let the head come down and reach the opposite hand past the opposite foot. Come up through the middle. Open the chest. So the movement comes from your rib cage. Open to one side. Hold it there. And then allow the head to come down as you reach on that diagonal, extending across, known as soar. Come up on the breath in. And start to breathe out. Inhale. And start to breathe out, slowly reaching on that diagonal as you reach beyond that opposite foot. Let's just do one more round. Keep it flowing. Arms opened out nice and wide. Twist through the rib cage. Head comes down. Look back towards that back hand as you stretch on that diagonal. Last one to the other side. Open, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reach. 2, 3, 4, 5. As I come up through the center, lower the hands, walk the feet back in. Again, scoop your hips toward your heels. And very slowly C-curve the spine as you lower back to the mat. So brace your legs and use the support of your arms. Gently guide your back down towards the mat and go for a gentle stretch of the whole body. Now when you do this and you stretch like this, reaching the arms up and over towards the wall behind you, and you point your toes, you will notice that gentle arch of your back. So this is not neutral spine. It's okay, we're just giving the body a beautiful stretch. When you feel ready, very slowly roll over so you lie face down. So come over onto your side and then over onto your tummy. So I'm going to start with the body laying face down, feet slightly wider than the hips. Place both of your hands underneath your forehead with your right hand on top of your left hand. Lightly press your forehead into the back of your right hand. And as you take a breath in, inhale as you lift just the right arm away from the ground as you come up into a gentle extension of your spine. Slowly lower. Inhale, come up. So the left arm stays grounded as the right arm hovers. 2 more. Breath in. And slowly lower. Last one here. Inhale, come up. And as you lower this time, change the arm lead. Now pressing the left hand on top of the right. So I have the forehead and the left hand connected. Inhale, come up to extension of the spine. Slowly lower. Breathing in. And exhale as you come back down with control. 2 more. So with the hand to the forehead, that's keeping the back of the neck nice and long, keeping your head still as you come up into extension of the spine. Once you've lowered, take the hands wider. So if you bring your hands, your forearms off the mat, thumbs towards the ceiling, palms facing towards each other, but the elbows almost in line with the lowest part of your rib cage. As I come up this time, keep the top of the feet on the mat. Inhale, hover. The elbows slightly lower than the wrists, and then lower slowly down. So there's a slight opening of the front of the chest. The hands slightly higher than your elbows, and slowly lower. 2 more. Breath in. And slowly lower back down. Last one. Breathe in and slowly lower. Bring your hands back under your forehead. Come up and just hover your body, or just hold your body up into extension of the spine. Bring your legs slightly closer. Hover your feet, so just the feet just off the mat. Curl your right heel towards your tailbone. Point into the toes, lengthen that leg away. Now keep that foot in hover. Curl your left heel towards your bottom, point the toes, stretch and lengthen it away. Curl, point, lower. Curl, point, lower. So you're only moving one leg at a time. It's known as single leg kick. Curl it in, press, lengthen it away. Curl it in, point the toes, really emphasize the flexion and then the point of the foot. Flex, point lower, last one. Flex, point lower, and bring your feet to the ground. Take your arms behind you, palms pressing down. As you take a breath in this time, roll the shoulders back, slide the hands along the ground, hover the feet. So I've lifted the front of the body and both the legs away from the mat, and slowly lower back down. Try that again, coming up to extension of the spine, hovering both the legs, top of your thighs just off the mat, and slowly lower. Last one. Come up to extension, both legs hovering. Keep the legs long and straight, point the toes, and lower your body down. Circle your arms around in front of you. Have your hands slightly wider than your shoulders, again thumbs towards the ceiling. Start with your head in a gentle hover away from the mat. Lift your right arm with your left leg and slowly lower that down. Lift your left arm with your right leg and control to lower that down. So it's not just about the left, but it's about the controlled lower coming down. Opposite arm, opposite leg, maintain that strength and use control through your body to lower them back to the mat. Right arm, left leg, and controlled lower back to where you started. Last one. Opposite arm, opposite leg, and slowly lower. Bring your hands beside your ribcage, tuck your toes under, come up onto your hands and your knees, bring your big toes together, take your knees slightly wider than your hips and slowly sit back, stretch the spine as you rest your body into the child's pose. Just take one more round of your breath here. Once you walk your hands back towards your body, come to a seated position. So we're coming back to the position that we started the practice off in. The feet are close, the toes slightly turned out, hands on the back of your thighs. Gently nod the head forward, scoop the belly in and C-curve your spine as you slowly lower back to the mat. Once you get there, pause, shoulders back, arms stretched out long. Walk your feet towards your body. Have your feet just slightly apart. Now they don't want to be too close together or too close towards your tailbone. Pressing down through the whole of the foot, center of the heel, outer edge of the foot and each of the toes. Gently do a pelvic tilt here, changing subtly the position of your spine and curl your lower back up off the mat as you come up into a classic bridge position. So I've elevated not just my hips and my pelvis, but my lower back. The shoulders still stay grounded, both the arms still grounded. Slowly articulate and move through your spine as you lower all the way back towards the mat. And let your hips roll out here. So here we are in neutral spine position. Curl your tailbone off the mat, pelvic tilt towards you. Scoop the belly in. Tighten around the midline of your body. Keep lifting up. Try to work as though the front of the body is supported to lift the back of the body away from the ground. And then slowly lower down. Take your time as you lower. And try that again. Pelvic tilt. You did this right at the very beginning of the practice. This changes the position of your lower back. And then keep articulating and moving each part of your spine away from the floor until you've lifted your hips. Keep the legs strong and active, the palms pressing down, the shoulders back. And slowly start to move down through your spine. Let the hips roll out. And come back to neutral spine position. Straighten and lengthen and stretch your right leg out on a high 45. So we're coming into a classic teaser position. And for this one here today, you can use the support of your legs to lift you. Raise the arms to the ceiling on a breath in. The arms come forward, the head, neck and shoulders follow. Breath out. Hands on the back of your thighs to support your body up. Reach the arms out in front or keep your hands there and slowly curl back to the mat. So it's a breath in. Keep the right leg there. Curl head, neck and shoulders. The hands can go on the back of both your thighs. Use the legs to support you up. When you get there, you can either keep the arms out in front or leave the hands on the back of your thighs as you slowly curl back towards the mat. One more. Breath in. Curl off the mat. Breath in. And exhale, slowly lower back down. Arms on the ground, release and lower that right foot to the floor. Try it on your left side. So this time, left leg only. So we just have one straight leg. Raise both arms to the sky. Breath in. And as you breathe out, hands reach to the back of your thighs. Draw that body up. So you have your left leg long and straight. And then C-curve the spine with or without using the arms on the back of your thighs. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breath in. And take a long breath out as you lower. Let's do one more. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in here. And again, use the support if you need it. Hands can go on the back of your thighs. Once the head is down, lower both feet towards the floor. Bring your knees to your chest. Tuck your body into a tight little ball shape. Either hands halfway down the shin or your hands on the back of your thighs. Hold, maintain that curled position of your spine. Slowly roll your body up. You can roll your body onto your side if you prefer. And let's use the full length of the mat. You can do this one either cross-legged. I've taken my right leg in front and I've taken the left leg just slightly behind. So the front leg, the leg is externally rotated, the back leg internally rotated. Reach the arms out wide, the arms in a straight line with the heart, in line with your chest. Lean towards your right side and place that forearm lightly down onto the mat as you reach and extend the top arm up and over. Inhale. Exhale, counter stretch, extend and lengthen to the other side. Breath in. So we want to put that forearm down lightly and come up and over as we stretch into the left side of the body. Breath in. And exhale, counter stretch to the other side. One more. Inhale. Long exhale. Breath in. And exhale as you reach, stretch and lengthen up and over to the other side. Find neutral position. Lower your hands to the floor. Lean towards the right as you bring your left leg around. So now the left leg is in front and the right leg off center behind you. Again, arms reaching out nice and long. Lean. Bend that elbow as you lower your forearm to the mat. You reach and extend and stretch up and over to one side. Breath in. And take a long flowing breath out as you extend to the other side. Inhale. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breath in. Counter stretch. Shift it the other side. We'll do one more to each side. Long straight arm, reaching tips of the fingers up and over. Breath in. Exhale, counter stretch, and just rest that front arm, that lower arm on towards that front knee, and then find yourself back over onto all fours. So if you place your hands under your shoulders and you have your knees directly under your hips, so we want this balanced position here so that you have 6 points of contact. Right hand, left hand, right knee, left knee. And then your right foot and your left foot lightly pressing into the mat. Reach your right arm with your left leg away. So opposite arm, opposite leg comes out to extension. Find stillness here. Pause. Take another long breath in. And a long breath out. Before you lower and transition to the opposite arm, opposite leg. So it's one arm and the opposite leg reaching away from the middle of your body. Try and maintain stillness through the center. Keep looking forwards. Lower the arm and the leg. We just do one more round. Right arm, left leg comes out to extension. Thumb towards the ceiling. Point the toes of that back leg. Find stillness. Using the core to keep you stable and still. Bring the hand and the knee back to center. Last one to the other side. Opposite arm, opposite leg reaches and extends away. Keep the eye gaze forwards, focusing on something out in front of you. And then lowering. Big toes together, knees slightly wider than the hips. Sit back or rest your body into the child's pose. I wanted to do one more movement with you here today, known as a forearm plank. From all fours, just lower your right arm down so the weight is down through your forearms. Spread the fingers and step one leg back at a time, pushing the weight back into your heels. Tuck your tailbone under. We have a straight line from elbow to shoulder, pressing down gently through your forearms, through your palms. Strengthen and straighten both legs. Draw the belly back to your spine. One more round of your breath. And lower. And sit back as you stretch again. Walk your hands back towards your body. Come into a classic kneeling position. Let your body just rest here. So that is my Pilates method. It is my introduction to Pilates. So I hope you enjoyed that here today. Please let me know if you've got any feedback or any comments, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.